Good day. This is lesson number 2. In the previous lesson, there was an activity, which was activity 1. And then here are the answers. The chapter is still Euclidean geometry. And today's topic, congruency. We use these 3 bars to denote congruency. Do not confuse congruency and similarity. Okay. 2 triangles are congruent if their corresponding sides and angles are equal. You can even prove that 2 triangles are congruent by just proving that their corresponding sides are equal. In Euclidean geometry, the order of the given triangles matters. Now consider these 2 triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. These 2 triangles are congruent because their corresponding sides are equal. That is, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay. Suppose maybe they ask you to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. So remember I said the order matters. So how to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR using these 2 diagrams. Okay. I said the order matters. So the first 2 letters in triangle ABC is AB. And the first 2 letters in triangle PQR is PQ. Now let's try to find out the relationship between AB and PQ. Okay, let's start by AB. AB, it is marked, as you can see. Then PQ, it is marked. Can you see? So we conclude that AB equals to PQ, and the reason is given. They are the marked sides. Okay, and then let's go to the last 2 letters in triangle ABC and PQR. BC and QR. BC, it is marked there. QR, it is marked there. It means BC equals to QR. Reason given. Okay, and similarly AC equals to PR given. So do not just cram, that reason will always be given. Okay, therefore we've proved that the corresponding sides of these 2 triangles are equal. Then we conclude that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Side, side, side. So don't worry about this reason. I'm going to show you shortly. Okay, because triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, or if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, it implies their corresponding angles are equal. Angle A equals to angle P, angle B equals to angle Q, and angle C equals to angle R. So let's come back to these 2 triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. I said the order matters. The first letter here is A, and then there is P, so angle A equals to angle P. Second letter B, Q, it means angle B equals to angle Q. And then the last letter C and R, it means angle C equals to angle R, because these 2 triangles are congruent. Now we have these 2 triangles. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Side, angle, side. Okay. Now let's have a look at this. This is an upside down V. Okay, so angle C, side CA, it is marked there, you see, and then CA equals to, AC equals to PR. Even if I say CA equals to RP, they're equal, they're marked. So here, moving from moving from C to A, we have the marked side. So this S is this side, so it's side. And then coming here at A, at angle A, there's an angle there which is theta, which is angle A equals to angle P, all equals to angle theta. So there's an angle. So this A between these two, S and S, there is an angle which is A. So moving from A to B, there is a side which is marked. The last S is for this side. So moving counterclockwise, there is this side and then angle and side. So there isn't still the same, it's side, angle, side. Okay, now consider these two triangles. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, side, angle, angle. Even if you write angle, angle, side. Okay, here is our upside down V. Moving from C to A, there is this side which is marked, and then here at A there is an angle. And then moving from A to B, this side it is not marked, but there at B there is an angle. That's why here we have side, angle, angle. Okay, let's try to move counterclockwise. There is an angle here at B, which is angle, at A, angle, and then the side AC, it is marked. So it's angle, angle, side, or side, angle, angle. And then don't say angle, side, angle. You will be wrong. You follow the order. Okay. Now let's have a look at these two right-angled triangles. Triangle CBA is congruent to triangle PQR. Right angle, side, hypotenuse. And then there is no error here by writing triangle CBA, because someone will say, no, there is a mistake, it was supposed to be triangle ABC. No, I've written it as triangle CBA. Remember I said the order matters. Now let's have a look at the side CB and the side CB and PQ. Yeah, they are marked. You see, they are marked. So it means there's no error here because the order matters. You can even write this reason as hypotenuse, side, right angle. Okay, example number 1. ABCD is a parallelogram. Prove that triangle ABC, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. Okay, let's go straight to the solution. Solution. We are asked to prove that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. So first of all, you mark all equal sides and angles using the properties of a given polygon. Okay, here we are given a parallelogram. So what we know is that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel, and again they are equal, as you can see. Okay, and because AD is parallel to BC, it means this angle is equal to that angle, alternating angles. And again, because AB is parallel to CD, we have this angle equals to that angle, alternating angles. Okay, I said the order matters. Now let's come to these two triangles. The first two letters we have AB in triangle ABD, and in triangle CDB we have CD. So let's have a look at AB and CD. Okay, AB, CD. Wow, opposite sides of a parallelogram. Okay, so it means AB equals to CD. Reason, opposite sides of a parallelogram. Okay, you don't write given here because you marked this diagram yourself. They gave it to you without marked altogether, so you don't write given as a reason. Okay, now let's come to BD and DB. BD and DB, it's common, so BD is common. Now let's come to AD and CB. AD and CB, these are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. AD equals to BC, opposite sides of a parallelogram. Now we conclude that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB, side, side, side. You can even use the corresponding angles to prove, the corresponding sides together with corresponding angles or angle to prove that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. Example 2. Now we have this diagram. PQRS is a parallelogram and QT equals to SU. It is given. Ne? Prove that triangle PQT is congruent to triangle RSU. And again, prove that QUST is a parallelogram. Solutions. Number A, they asked us to prove that triangle PQT is congruent to triangle RSU. Before you do anything, mark off equal sides and equal angles. Okay, so we are told that PQRS is a parallelogram. So here I've used the properties of a parallelogram. So we are asked to prove that triangle PQT is congruent to triangle RSU. So I've drawn these two triangles in yellow color, as you can see. Okay, so I said the order matters. Let's have a look at the first two letters, PQ and RS. PQ and RS. I've marked that these two sides are equal because these are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. Therefore, we have PQ equals to RS, opposite sides of a parallelogram. Okay, now we go to QT and SU. And if you still remember, it is given there that QT equals to SU. Therefore, QT equals to SU. And here comes the best reason given. Okay, now let's come to PT and RU. PT and RU, they are not marked. So do not lie and say they are equal. They are not equal up until you prove that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, so we go to the angles. The first letter here is P and the first letter there is R. As you can see here at P I've marked and there at R I've marked. But don't say angle P equals to angle R. Okay, so you write QPT. It means that you take P and put it in the middle, and here you take this R, put it in the middle. Okay, therefore angle QPT equals to angle SRU, alternating angles. PQ parallel to RS, opposite sides of a parallelogram, because PQ is parallel to RS. So moving from Q to P, R, then S. There's letter Z. So here we have alternating angles. They are equal. And we conclude that these two triangles are congruent. Reason: angle, side, side, or side, side angle. Okay. Number B, they asked us to prove that triangle QUSP is a parallelogram. So I've used the red color here to draw a quadrilateral QUST. Okay. Angle T1 plus angle T2 equals to 180. Okay. Before that, to prove that this is a parallelogram, you must prove that the opposite sides are equal and parallel. QT is equals to US. Okay, and it is given, so it means our task here is to prove that QT is parallel to US. And then to prove that QT is parallel to US, we must prove that angle T2 is equals to angle U2. Okay, so when you are writing, if you want to use T1 and T2, you must make sure that you redraw your diagram so that the marker will be able to see your diagram. Okay, so T1, angle T1 plus angle T2 equals to 180 degrees. As you can see, it is a straight line. Okay, and then again, angle U1 plus angle U2 equals to 180 degrees. Okay, these are the adjacent angles on a straight line. Okay, now let's solve for T2 and U2. Okay, angle T2 equals to 180 degrees minus angle T1, and angle U2 equals to 180 degrees minus angle U1. But angle T1 equals to angle U1 because triangle PQT is congruent to triangle RSU. Because these two triangles are congruent, it means their corresponding angles are equal. And again, it means their corresponding sides are equal. Okay. Therefore, angle T2 equals to angle U2 because angle T1 and angle U1 are equal. So it means these two are equal. Okay. It implies QT is parallel to SU because T2 and U2, I mean angle T2 and angle U2, they are alternating angles. And because they're alternating angles, it means QT is parallel to SU. Now you conclude that QUST is a parallelogram because QT equals to SU and QT is parallel to SU. So it means to prove that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, you must prove that the opposite sides are equal and parallel, but make sure that the angles are not equal to 90, because if they are 90 degrees, it means that quadrilateral, it can be a square or a rectangle. But here, by simply looking, you can see that this angle is not equal to 90 and that one is not equal to 90. Okay, and then here comes activity. So make sure you write this activity, and please don't forget to subscribe to get notification each time when I post a video, especially when I post the next lesson. And then in the next lesson, we'll be dealing with similarity. Please make sure that you don't miss the next lesson. Okay, don't be afraid to subscribe, because here to subscribe doesn't mean that you are going to pay. It means you are taking part in activity.